could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less. You check as I'm chess, what's happening next? Yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take your redemption. Just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep, move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking for somebody who could save him, instead of searching inside for what they gave him. A strong will, strong mind causes mayhem. We could change the world, change times, rearrange them. Staying on pace, running the race. Life is a chase, I don't want a place. I wanna be first, work till it hurts. Dehydrated thirst till I'm in a hearse. High ambitions and the right mind can take you so far. It's like you lived a few lifetimes. Take off from a break off from the weak minds. They can stay soft. You can change lives, you create thoughts, never waste time. You got one shot, you got one life. Better pop off. What do you like? Make a dream job. No 9-5, no mean boss. Just my life and free thoughts. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep, move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try the chains, you can say no, free me. You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other
Welcome in, everybody. How are we tonight? Hope you all enjoyed round one's highlights from our pro division here last week. Of course, we kicked the season off here last weekend at DMJ Vroom Room, North America Choice of Weapon. This is season 3. And boy, it was a doozy last week. So that was just a little bit of what went down last week in the races, some of the greater moments, and some of the not so greater moments, but some of our drivers in last week's Pro Division race. Ian coming in with that like, John coming in with that like, and that share coming in from Ian as well. I see you out there. Much love. Welcome in, everybody. Hello over there on YouTube as well. So, here we go again. Round 2, baby. Facebook's hottest GT7 Sim Racing League is live now on your TV screens. Let's break it down. Alright, as you can see on the screen in front of you, it is round 2, and we're in Italy for Lago Maggiore GP. Yet again, much love to LWR Designs, DDR, and of course our presenters here this evening, DMJ Vroom Room. I'm your host, GT45 Gaming, and we're about to bring all the action live to you guys here momentarily. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely. All right. So, up on the screen in front of you, you can see on our graphic here, the race tonight is a 40-minute race. It is started off with a 15-minute qualifier. Mandatory tire tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is that a racing hard tire. The pit window is at the end of lap 4. And the weather is on S12 late morning with a ×10 multiplier, but that is random on how that weather all sorts itself out throughout the race here today. So, with that being said, potential for rain is always there on tracks that there's a potential for rain. So, that could throw a wrench into driver strategies and programs. We'll have to wait to see what happens there. Let's move forward. Alright, you still with me? We're still together. Fantastic. This is an untested overlay here. So, brand new stuff here this season for DMJ here from North American Division. I want to say, first and foremost, thank you to High Pre Graphics for the overlays again this season. These guys are clutch. They come through anytime I need them. Much love to High Pre. So, let's break it down. These are very race specific, ladies and gentlemen. We got David and O'Reilly coming with those thumbs up on the stream as well. It is ×5 tire wear. It is ×3 fuel consumption here. It is BOP on with no tuning. Traction control and ABS are the only assists allowed in the series. Heavy damage model. Track edge is real. Slipstream is real. The track limit is on weak penalty system. Pit lane penalties are on, and all flag rules apply. The grid start is a false start check. It is a refuel rate of 5 liters per second here this season. It is a race for real, and the mandatory tire must be used for 1 full circuit lap. That does not include the out lap or the in lap. How you doing? I see you in there, Riley. I see you, my man. All right, specific information again for this particular round, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 40-minute endurance race. Started off with a 15-minute qualifier. The mandatory hire tonight is that racing hard tire, and the pit window is at the end of lap 4. That is for tires and fuel. If you need a damage repair, it is acceptable to come in before that window and, of course, repair that damage. So, there it is. There we have it. Let's continue on. Let's keep going here, ladies and gentlemen, shall we? Let's drop it out. As you can see on the screen in front of us here, again, we're in Italy today, ladies and gentlemen, and we're doing fantastic for time here today. So we may be joined by a special guest today. We'll see how it goes, and it'll be an absolute honor to have him in the box as always. We'll see what happens. All right, continuing on. Let's talk about Maggiore a little bit here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so on our screen in front of us is a track map. Let's talking a little bit about Maggiore. Now, this is a fictional racetrack here in Gran Turismo, so we'll talk about that here a little bit. It's on your cell phone. It's a little tough to read. Turn your phone sideways, ladies and gentlemen. It'll make the picture a little bit bigger here, and then you might be able to follow a little bit easier along. We do apologize. There's lots of information there, but I'll walk you through it here right now. So, compliments first and foremost to Ms. Devious, our Special Operations Administrator here at GT45 Gaming. She comes in with these absolutely beautiful track maps. So, first and foremost, a huge shout out and appreciation to Ms. Devious for all the hard work she puts into these maps. Now, you know, Barcelona, Spa, Watkins Glen, Brands Hatch, just for examples, have corner names, right, ladies and gentlemen? Our fictional tracks here at Gran Turismo, like Maggiore, do not. So we're taking it upon ourselves to have a little bit of fun here this season, and we're going to take a crack at naming some of these corners. So hopefully you enjoy them. Let us know. Feedback's always welcome. But let's do a walkthrough here around Maggiore. We got 8 minutes to qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. So the grid's pretty packed tight here tonight. It's going to be a good one. All right. On the very center of the graphic in front of you, you're going to see a little blue circle. In the middle of that blue circle, you'll see a white arrow. That line goes into a little gray area on the racetrack. That is our start-finish line, ladies and gentlemen. From there, we're heading towards the top center of our map. That will be turns 1, 2, and 3. So let's take a walk. You start off at the blue arrow, the L in the middle of this map. We head towards the top center of the map into turn 1, which is called Ascari. That now takes us into turn 2. This is a very short sector, and that is the hairpin. From there, that takes us into a little straightaway and takes us into turn 3 that we call Crossroads. Are we following along? I hope we're following along. Hopefully we haven't lost you yet. We go up into the top right side now of our track map, point number 3. And that is turn number 4, and that's called Meadow. From there, we're on a very long straightaway run into a pretty difficult corner, and that straightaway is called Tungsten, ladies and gentlemen. So we take a long run down Tungsten towards the bottom right-hand side of our track map here, and we go down to the very lowest point on the right side of the track map, corner number 5, and that is the Mountain Basin. From there, the drivers come out onto Feldspar, back up towards the center of our map into turn 5, which is essentially a full sector. So we're calling this turn, which is an uphill set of S's, the Cappuccino S's, ladies and gentlemen. That takes us out into a little straightaway and a kink, and then another kink, which we're calling Espresso here, and that takes us into Palladium Straight. From there, that takes us into Aurora, and as some of the community knows, aka Big Banky, just for reference sake, at the bottom left-hand side of our map, that takes us out into a little bit of a straightaway and a high-speed sector. There's a little kink here at turn 12 on the center left side of our map that's called Cork Oaks. From there, another little turn to the right that we're calling Sparrow, and then from there, that takes us up into our final sector. So going back to the top left side of our track map, and we're coming into turn 14 here, and that's Kalina, which then leads into a secondary part of the corner called Plateau Curve, which leads us into Chariot and then the Pyrite Straight. From there, we come down through a nice sweeping final corner, downhill corner as well. We're calling Sleepy Hollow, because if you fall asleep into this corner, you're going to find yourself in danger of hitting that wall on the exit heading back to the start finish line, and that's a lap around Maggiore. The length is 3.61 miles, 5.8 kilometers. It has 17 left and right hand turns. It is a tarmac road surface. It is an original circuit here in Gran Turismo and has an elevation change of 243 feet. We'll get back to that in a little bit. Just a little bit of information. Just making a brew, then I'll join, mate. Yep, I'm just in there. Take a look. Pop in when you're ready, my guy. I like that turn 1 is named after Alberto Ascari. You like that? You know, our map maker, Miss Devious, has done a lot of research. She does a lot of work in behind the scenes. She does the research in the area that Gran Turismo claims that these racetracks are, and she really does derive these names based off of the history, maybe some famous racers that come from that area of the world, etc., etc. So, you know, she puts a lot of really hard work. So I'm glad that we're getting that positive feedback. We really do appreciate it here. Chris coming in with that thumbs up. D.90 coming in with that thumbs up as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So lots to talk about. We are 5 minutes from qualifying. In round 1, as we've seen in our highlight video, it was won by newcomer, so first time here at DMJ North America, Lucas 36. First win of the season and first race of his DMJ career, coming out strong. That is followed up by our second place driver, Apex Jakey, and he was in a fight for that position with Apex LJ at the end, nose to tail finish for second and third place. And that's not to take away from the rest of our drivers in the field to put on an absolutely incredible drive out there as well. But the mentionable notice, of course, to our podium 3. So our two-time defending champion, Jake, already under pressure here in the championship standings. Lucas comes in there and puts in some points. Payme steals the fastest lap point. It's officially a dogfight start this season. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we already have on my screen a couple of the Apex boys nose to nose pushing each other around on the racetrack here. So there is no love lost from these drivers. Vic coming in with that thumbs up as well. And we're just taking a look right now. We're checking everything out. The lobby's looking nice and juicy here tonight. and the drivers are looking racy. Let me tell you. So we're going to see a variation here from what I'm seeing on my screen. We're going to see a little bit of the 3 available cars. Let's talk about that for a minute. We have 3 minutes till qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. So our available cars here in the series, of course, are the BMW GT3 M6, the BMW GT3 M3, and the BMW Z4. A GT3 car as well. So the drivers at any given time have the opportunity to grab any one of those cars at any time during any race and not be designated championship point loss. So, and that is due to, of course, just the way that the series is set up here. So, just give me 1 second. I'm just going to do a final stream check. We got Aaron coming in with that thumbs up as well. Egon with the big heart on stream. How are we all doing tonight? Oh, we loving this. We loving the fans here coming in. Love to see it, chat. Hope we're all well tonight. I mean, who doesn't want to race in the middle of the week anyways, right? We've all worked hard. We're just racing, so let's do some racing. Chris, don't mind me, just felt like yelling out your name, lol. Oh, I'm going to be asking a favor from you, John, when our guest host steps in here tonight. You just want to do a quick audio check on both streams for us here tonight so we can dial it in right and tight and make sure it's just perfect for our viewers. Pulls out the notebook, says PDA, welcome in, brother, of one of our Pro-Am division drivers here. He'll be racing tomorrow night, so he is anxious to see what these pro drivers are going to have up their sleeve. Maybe a little strategy variation coming from some of our Pro-Am drivers. Now, they get a big opportunity to really get to sit down and watch the pro drivers go around the racetrack here and see what they do during the actual race time. And I think that actually kind of adds to the Pro-Am series the next following night, tomorrow night, isn't it, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen? They can see what's going on. They can see what worked and what didn't work so good. And, yeah, it definitely makes for a much more spicier Pro-Am lobby, I think, than this pro lobby. Checking in and cheering on the new teammates. Yeah, we're going to talk about that, but we're not going to talk about that tonight, my guy. We'll make that announcement for you tomorrow night, my dude. But, yeah, Apex right back at it in Apex style, looking at all these great drivers here in DMJ Vroom Room, North America, and signing drivers. So, yeah, we got a new one in the works. All right, we're going to do a lobby reset. Stick with me, chat. Just bear with me here, chat. Just gotta let them all check in, and I gotta reset the lobby again. It won't let me reset till they're all done checking in here. So hold on, drivers. Hold on. One more reset, drivers. The reason for the 2 resets is to ensure that the lobby changes properly. So there we go. Alright, so will do ask me anything. Hopefully I'll be able to be in front of the computer if I'm needed. No worries, brother. No worries. No worries. We appreciate you, John. We really do appreciate you here. Alright, so audios are looking good. We got our special guest coming in here shortly. Oh. Yeah, you're good, my guy. You're good, my guy. Just jump into the GT45 Discord. You'll see where the chat I'm sitting in. You'll see it in there. Alright, so we're just going to go like this. Alright. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we ready? We're checking in on the drivers here. I want to give just a couple of minutes here. No. Alright, and our host is here, so perfect timing here from our co-host here tonight. Good luck, gentlemen, says Joe. Coming in with that thumbs up. Pete coming in with that thumbs up and that share. Much love. I see everybody out there. We appreciate you. Welcome in on both platforms. We love you guys and gals out there. Hope you're ready. I'm told, our pro drivers have told me that we're in for one tonight. We're in for one tonight, chat. So let's see if they're men and women of their words, shall we? All right. We're just a couple minutes behind here, ladies and gentlemen, but we are just waiting for the drivers to tick in. I'm enjoying the gentle banter going on in the game here. We're going to switch over to the big screen here real shortly, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to switch it over until we are, of course, under live conditions. So just bear with me here. We're just chit-chatting, we're talking, we're having fun. What do we think about the turn names so far on the tracks, chat? We're going to do our best to try and dial these in before the end of the night here for everybody, but I'm not going to lie. I'm going to have to look at the cheat sheet. Alright, we're just waiting for Smiley to check in here, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to kick this thing off. So, we definitely want to get our show on the road. Some of these drivers, it's very, very late at night, or very early in the morning, I guess, in this case, for a couple of them. So, as soon as Smiley is ready, we're going to get this thing absolutely kicking. Good, so you'll know when for the Pro-Am tomorrow. Facts, 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 facts. Alright, we got 14 drivers. Here we go. Bam. Qualifying time, chat. Qualifying time. Oh, look at that chat I'm missing. Holy moly. Alright, let's get it done, ladies and gentlemen. Who is going to be the first one out on track here tonight at Maggiore? I'm going to take all that unneeded stuff off, and bada bing, bada boom. Alright, let's go. I see you, late girls and gals, men and women out there, all the boys and girls. We got 13 households live right now. Don't forget to like and share the stream out if you wouldn't mind. If you've done so already, we already appreciate that. Thank you for that extra support. If you're new in here and you like what you're seeing, do us a favor and hit that follow, turn all those live notifications on, or hit that sub on YouTube and do follow the same process. We appreciate you. Helps us grow, and it's free to do. Let's get rolling.
Howdy, GT.
Oh, there's the man. There's the man. All right. How are we doing this evening?
We are doing good, bro. How are you doing?
We are doing fantastic. I'm just going to turn you up just a little bit here. Just give me a moment.
No minute.
There we go.
Is that better?
Well, John will let us know. He is in the chat. He's already forewarned that he has a job here tonight. So, all right, I got to reset the capture card, chat. This is nothing new. We're used to this. It always happens.
There you go. Well, qualifying started, bro, since you started your capture card out. In this qualifying session, it's just starting now anyway, so but we're on board with an ATK Street as well. Street Tom, if that's how you say it.
Street Tom, yep.
Yeah, Street Tom. BMW, might I say, looks absolutely fantastic. For those of you that don't know, while GT45 Gaming starts to capture card, I'm D-Dot, another Facebook streamer. If it's first time hearing of me, I'm not wired right, but listen, we still bring good content nonetheless. And fingers crossed, you know, tonight hopefully I can be on par with GT45 Gaming. But Lucas is going to be the first driver to lock in a decent time. Then he's just finished his out lap on these soft compounds. It's going to be interesting. Smiley as well. He's going to be the second driver, but he's got a little bit of a busy buzzy right behind him in Apex. What is it? Tattoo Freak. Sorry, chat. I've only just woke up.
Yeah, it's all good. We're good to go here. I can take over for you, my man. Get that brew in you here while we do qualifying. We're on board with Lucas right now. He's the first man leading the pack out here in qualifying, so he is going to be the first driver here to put in that official first hot lap time. So we're on board with Lucas here as we're coming into the Cappuccino S's right now, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, compliments to Miss Devious for all the hard work with these track maps and corner names. And it's the whole sector here. So this whole set of S's is called the Cappuccino S's here. And of course, you know, it's Italy, ladies and gentlemen. So, and that takes us into the two kinks here, which we're calling Espresso. And then that takes us down that infamous Palladium straight into that huge bank corner. The community knows it as Big Banky. We're calling it Aurora. Fitting, isn't it, ladies and gentlemen? And Lucas just coming into that point here right now. Great apex right there. Nice late. Gets on the power early. Little wiggle there, but a great corner. He's going to move it over here. And that now takes us into Cork, Oaks, and Sparrow. A little bit of an S sector here. Fairly mid-speed. You're just chilling. Now that takes us into the final couple of corners here. This is Colina. First part of this corner. It's a two-part corner here. It's a 180 but broken into two corners. The plateau curve, which of course takes us into Chariots. And this leads us up into a little straightaway to the final corner here, which we're calling, if I find it in time, Sleepy Hollow. And then of course down to the start finish line. So here we go. Let's get it on. It's the best part about the first lap of qualifying is the times. So 1:52.946 from Lucas, and boy did he put it down early. He absolutely authoritatively came through that line. Smiley's in second. Badass is going to come through. He's going to stay in third. Freak is going to stay in fourth. Nolander coming through, going to jump up into fifth place. We got Miss Devious is going to take fifth now from Nolander. Knudsen up into fifth place. We got Larry Birch coming through. He jumps. I don't even know where he jumped up in there. We lost him. We got G-Bub coming through, currently sitting in 10th. He's going to stay in 10th. We got Streeter Tom coming through. This should be a quick time here. It looks good. That's going to put him up into P2. G-Bub coming through, he is through, CFR's coming through. This is a quick driver. He had a great debut race last round, ladies and gentlemen, so let's see what he's got in that Z4. It's going to be a P7 for him. Who else we got? We got Apex Racing's LJ, just newly acquired here for the Apex Racing team, and he's going to come around, and then we have Paymate just in behind. It's going to be the last two drivers, pardon me, to get their official first hot laps put in here today. These are two drivers we expect to see some pretty fast times out of. We've seen them competing pretty good last week. And here we go. Here he comes. It's going to be a 53 here. No, it is a 52, and it is pole position. He's going to steal it away from Lucas, ladies and gentlemen, last week's round winner. So we got Paymate coming in. He's got some slipstream here to work with right now. He's got ATK Streeter Tom in front of him, so maybe a little bit of strategies. He's coming up through Cappuccino S's here, ladies and gentlemen, coming from Apex Racing's Paymate. So, ooh. Already you can see each driver has an idea in their head here today. And I've been warned, this is going to be a good race. So settle in, folks. Get those snacks, get those beverages refreshed. They tell us we're in for a show. All right, we're going to stick with Paymate here as he comes around. He's just coming out of Aurora here right now. Oh, ooh, a little wiggle there. That's going to cost him a little time. But he's got that slip with ATK in front of him here, which will help him make that time back up. Hey, Top Mod up in the house. Appreciate you, Joe. And Streeter Tom's going to get out of the way of Paymate here, so huge respect showing right there from the competitors as Paymate's coming around the final few corners here. I can't remember them off the top of my head quite yet, chat. They'll come to me, though. And here we go, heading into the final corner, Sleepy Hollow. And if you fall asleep coming into this corner, you're going to have a little chat with Barry Art potentially on the exit. So you definitely want to be staying and paying attention coming through that final corner. Let's see what Apex has got. Paymay's got here. It's a 52. It's good enough for P3. So after our first lap here, it is LJ in pole. It's Lucas in second. Paymate in third. Jakey, two-time defending champion, in fourth. Knudsen in fifth. Badass in sixth. And Badass has got it parked here. All right, he's chilling. Take it away, D.
No, yeah, LJ's on purple sectors. He's coming around the final few turns, so he's holding first right now, but it looks like he's going to increase that lead and that advantage by looks of it. If he can grab onto this last line, right? Otherwise, he's going to end up going into barrier. I like it when you say that. That's why I was giggling at.
It does look like it's purple there. He does improve. It's a 52.2. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure if you're aware, but that is an absolutely crazy fast time around Lago Maggiore GP circuit, the GT3 car. That is very quick, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very quick. These drivers are on it tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of these drivers as well. I mean, for those that don't know me, I do know a lot of these drivers in here. I know LJ, Paymate, I think I've shared track with Lucas before, I'm not sure. Jakey in fourth position, very fast driver, but bless him, he's the one that actually rang me up to wake me up to make sure I was here tonight. And he sounded a little bit scared on the phone, like he didn't know whether to actually ring me. But he did, he got me up, bless him, and he's currently signed fourth. But I do know this Kenneth Knudsen as well. I know Knudsen, another fantastic driver, Badass as well. Tad the Freak as well. Some amazing drivers, and I'm really looking forward to this tonight. Miss Devious, we've got Paul in chat here. He's rooting for Miss Devious tonight as well. So
oh, love that.
Yeah, it's the first time I've seen Miss Devious, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. Nolander, absolute legend. And we all know Norlander, he doesn't really need an introduction, but no, yeah, I'm really looking forward to this tonight. A lot of good drivers on a good track.
And Nolander Gaming is live right now, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot to pin him here this week, but over on Facebook Gaming, on Nolander Gaming, his POV of this race right here in front of your screen. If you want to check it out from his point of view from time to time, head on over there. Go show the man some love. Tell him that D and GT45 say hi, man.
Hoorah.
Hoorah. All right. These boys, I've been in a chat with these guys for the last couple hours leading up to race time here. Of course, the driver's briefing here at this beautiful track here in Italy. Much love, of course, to all the track officials, volunteers, race control officials, everybody in the timing booth, our production crews for being here with us to present this week. We got 2 races for everybody here this week. We start with our pros. So halfway through qualifying here now, and not a lot's changed too much. We got Badass has jumped up into the top half there as well, sitting in 6th place, so he's gaining some time here as well. And he is our 2nd place finisher from last season, tied for 2nd place with Rockefeller Racing Spec 1, who unfortunately couldn't commit to this season. But does that mean we see the return of Spec 1 in future seasons? It very well could be, ladies and gentlemen. Lucas here in 2nd place again, last week's race winner. This is one guy really to watch out for here. He could be the dark horse in the series this season. We'll have to see what he's got, but he definitely showed that he's got what it takes to win races here at DMJ North America by coming through with a big win last week. It wasn't a big distance win, but it was definitely a big win for his feature race. So Payme, we know this guy's quick, ladies and gentlemen. We expect to see good things out of him. I'm sure he was quite frustrated with how things went for him last week. He's going to be looking to make up some points here. 2-time defending champion. He's in that BMW M3, so this is his 2nd different car of the season already, ladies and gentlemen. So maybe some strategy coming from our 2-time defending champion, looking to lock up some early Jack of all trades award points and jack up 5 extra points in those championship standings. So strategy coming from all these drivers here, and we'll talk a little bit more about that as we have time in the race. So what are you looking like here so far?
Yeah, CRF got it a little bit wrong there going into the final turn. I mean, that final turn is very unforgiving. You can either get it wrong or you can get it right, and if you get it wrong, it's definitely going to shave off a few temps. I've seen a few drivers in Z4 go a little bit wide there. Same with Mischievous as well in the Z4, so maybe that's a corner that we're going to see some moves get done on. I mean, potentially whenever we race on it, there is a lot of moves getting done on there, but a lot of drivers running off wide, so definitely going to be one to keep an eye on, especially going into lap 1 in this race. These drivers going off wide and maybe meeting barrier.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's not somebody you want to be talking to at the racetrack, let me tell you. He's a very, very friendly gentleman, but it always has bad intentions when you go talk to him, ladies and gentlemen.
It looks like Lucas has met Barrier as well. It looks like he eyed up the wrong woman tonight, and Barrier answered back with a big bruise to the right-hand side of his car.
Absolutely, and the crew's going to have some work in between qualifying and racing here to get that car back into tip-top shape. So it is Larry Burge here, and he's opting to go with the Z4. He was in the M6 last week. Most of our drivers opting with that M6 last week, so we are seeing some different cars here on track this week. It's going to be a battle with the BMWs this week for sure. All 3 cars are on track, so which one do you think, chat, is going to be the dominant car here tonight? Is it the M6, is it going to be the M3, or is it going to be the Z4 that takes the win here for Belgian Motorworks?
I mean, on a personal aspect, I think the M6 all-round's a better car, but the M3 can be a bit back-end heavy as well, so, I mean, it's going to be interesting. The Z4's very planted, but loses a bit of top-end, so, I mean, potentially over the long period of the time, I mean, Z4 could do well depending on the fuel. But if I were to put my bottom dollar on it, or my Bitcoin on it, I think I'd go with the M6.
I agree. I did a little bit of testing here last night with some of the drivers for the Pro-Am division. I was working with a couple of the drivers, just showing my lines around the racetrack and in the cars and getting used to them myself. And they're no joke. These BMWs, they are absolutely just monsters on the rear wheels. These cars, you really need to exercise throttle control on all 3 of these cars, because if you don't, they're going to make you pay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at the time split now. Payme is being moved down, but just by a nose there, because Apex Jake has managed to put himself in the top 3 position.
Oh, we got ATK Streeter Tom in the wall at the end of turn 2 there, so he got it wrong on exit there qualifying here. We're nearing the end of qualifying, almost 13 minutes in, so about another 2 laps we'll see from most of these drivers here, ladies and gentlemen. M6 got the power, but the M3 is lighter on its feet, says Chris. Absolutely, and again, one of our Pro-Am drivers weighing in. on the conversation here as well. Love that, absolutely love that. But it is LJ currently right now, and he's in purple by a tenth here on that lap. 3/10 ahead of Lucas. Lucas has got almost half a second on our two-time defending champion, and then it starts to get tight here, ladies and gentlemen. 7 thousandths, 3/10s, we've got 3 100ths, we've got 4/10ths, we've got again half a tenth here between Streeter Tom and Badass, and then we got 4/10ths between him and Freak, and then a tenth between him and CFR. Again, a whisker between CRF and Larry Birch here currently right now. 2/10ths between him and G-Bub, who had a great race in the first race last week as well. Miss Devious, who's racing on virtual reality here, ladies and gentlemen, in this field as well. And we got Nolander again. Nolander needs no introduction here, ladies and gentlemen. So here he is, and full field here tonight, full grid here tonight, and that does leave, ladies and gentlemen, one pro position open here at DMJ North America. You interested? You think you got what it takes to race with these pros on track? Hit the GT45 Gaming Discord, we'll get you qualified, and one of our drivers just couldn't commit to the series, so we now have an opening.
Yeah, CRF just improved his time. He's got a 154.103, which does sit him in 9th position right now. But he's seen a few more times coming in.
And out of a lot of our drivers last week, CRF, I did notice, was one of our most consistent. As far as that race pace went, his time grouping was just incredible. So, again, another one of those drivers to potentially look out for. Just because a driver doesn't qualify well doesn't mean that driver doesn't race well. Some drivers just don't qualify well. But there is that ever so important bonus point here for our pole sitter tonight. So in a championship race that I feel and suspect is going to be as tight as this one is going to be this season, those bonus points may come into play at the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a big part of the DMJ room events is spicing up by adding a few additional points here and there. And, you know, I think with the level of drivers that you've got, the standard that these drivers bring, at the end of the season, them points are going to add up. As well as saying that we say in the UK, the pennies make pounds.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that is a very good saying, actually. That's the first time I've heard that. I love that. That is great. We got LJ just coming through Sleepy Hollow here right now. Again, our final corner here, ladies and gentlemen. You got to be careful. You get lazy there. It makes you pay. And checkered flag for LJ there. And what was that time? We're still at 52.2 as our fastest lap. And unless Lucas can get this from him right here, right now, it could be LJ sitting on pole here. So let's see what Lucas has as he's coming through right now. He's about halfway around the track here. Oh, no, he's at the end as he's coming through the final corner. My mistake, ladies and gentlemen. And he is definitely not going to take that lap. It was very close, so it is a mid 52 there, but it's not going to get that pole position. Paymay currently sitting in 3rd place with defending champion in 4th. We got Smiley, he is finished in 5th. Knudsen in 6th. Tom is on a flying lap. Let's see what he can do with it. He's near the end of that lap as well, as we're just coming through the final, I believe, 4 corners here it is.
Nolander's flying. Last corner for Nolander.
Alright, we're just trying to see if we can catch a live timing from Tom here, see if he's up, down, what's going on here, but I think we just missed that timing sector, so through Sleepy Hollow we go. Sweeping corner, really, you're not braking too much there, you're just kind of trying to roll through that apex, and especially with this M3, it's a spicy little car. 53.8 there from Stom, so that's going to stay in 7th, and we have Nolander still flying.
Nolander
Nope.
finished his lap. He's just finished his lap.
So that is going to be the lineup, ladies and gentlemen, here. So I believe it's a 2-minute timer on qualifying to make sure that, you know, the drivers get that last lap finished up before they get that checkered flag. Of course, hey, how you doing, Flores? We see you out there. Everyone's so fast. It's a very fast lobby here this season. Absolutely, we're very privileged here at DMJ North America to have such a great drivers field this season. And not only do we have one fast lobby, but we've got 2 incredibly fast lobbies this season here too as well. So something a little extra special for the viewers here this season. So it is going to be LJ with that ever so vital point. He is sitting currently 3rd in the points in the standings coming into tonight, and that bonus point for that pole position should tie him for 2nd place coming into tonight's race now with defending champion Apex Jakey. So already the fight is on between these two.
But no, yeah, big credit to where it's due, man. Drivers have been coming in, week out, and putting on one hell of a show. It's been a pleasure to sit there and watch, but never mind to jump in and do the co-coms with you, mate. It's a privilege, it's a pleasure, and I'm looking forward to this. But just to let the viewers know that obviously the GT45 game is doing the comms, I'm going to be flicking through, and you may hear me interrupt every now and again, but that's just when drama happens on track. But hey, let's have a cracker. GT, over to you, man.
All right, so the drivers now have a 2-minute window, ladies and gentlemen. We'll ask them if they're ready. They'll check it in, and we'll send it off. So while we do that, let's look at the results. It is Apex LJ in pole position, 52.267. Lucas just behind, 3/10 in second. Apex Payme 4/10 behind in third. Jakey 3/4 of a second behind our pole sitter in fourth. Smiley almost a full second. So our top 6 is just a second off from first place. It should make for an interesting starting lap here. That's going to be Streeter Tom coming in 7th with TCR's Badass in 8th place. Move it down across to the next screen here. We got CRF in 9th, Freak in 10th, Larry Birch in 11th, G-Bub in 12th, Miss Devious in 13th, and Nolander rounding out the field here in 14th. Full grid here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And an absolutely amazing UK commentator with us here, Mr. D.90. We appreciate you being here with us tonight, mate. I know it's late, so much love. Absolutely love that.
No, it's not late, mate. It's early. It's 2 a.m. But no, listen, like honestly, and that just goes to show like what this means to me and DMJ of Room, this event. You know, me waking up to be here. I don't have to be here, but at the same time, neither do these drivers, and they put on one hell of a show, and it's a pleasure to be here. And I'll tell you right now, the best comms that I've ever done is co-comms with you. So it's a pleasure, mate. Honestly, I couldn't be in a better place. It's definitely worth waking up for, and if I can make it tomorrow, put your bottom dollar on it, I'm a bidder.
Oh, and we love that. We got Nick Brewster coming in with that thumbs up. Flores coming in with that thumbs up. Payme coming in with that thumbs up. Talk about legends, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Brewster in the house. Yeah, how you doing, brother? Love to see you. Got a pro opening. When you coming on track to show these boys how it's done, my man?
Mr. G to the V. Yeah, yes, mate.
Are we going to see a Season 3 return from the Ghost Viper? Fashionably late entrance into the season? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. All right, we have looks like everybody readied up here. I think we're missing readies from 2 drivers here, ladies and gentlemen, so we'll give them their 2 minutes. That's just how we roll, and we'll give them a warning that we're gonna fire it off, and that'll be it. It'll be go time. I can't think right now, chat. My brain isn't working here apparently.
Well, that's why I'm here, bro.
That's,
do not worry. Take your time. Do what you need to do.
That's right. It's absolutely awesome having a host here. There we go. We got one more driver than he's ready up, but he's still within that time frame, so we are good to go. This is just to give a chance. You know, if the driver feels like maybe they need a reset on their equipment or something, ladies and gentlemen, this is what this time frame is for. So we don't have to start the race and we have a disconnect. We hate to see that, obviously. G-Bub is ready. Chat box will not pop up. You're all good. You're all good, brother.
No, Lander hasn't changed tyres, said Mr. Stanford in my chat.
Well, maybe Nolander has a strategy in play.
Yeah, maybe so, you know.
We just never know. We just never know.
Marcus
Nolander is pretty famous for outside the box strategies.
We've got Marcus coming in chat. Damn, it's like watching F1 at 4 a.m.
F1 at 4 a.m. Hey, I love that.
This is better, mate. What are you on about?
Yeah, this is GT3 racing, baby. All right, you guys ready? Chat, we ready?
No BBC license on this, you mad?
Is that D.90? It's like 2 a.m., he says. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're kicking it. 10 seconds, and we're racing here at Lego Maggiore, ladies and gentlemen. So the banner is going to hide all that very important information that you guys like to see. Sorry, that's just the way it works. Much love to High Pre Graphics for all the beautiful designs here provided to us here as well. Much love to him. Always got to thank the man that makes the stream look so good.
But don't worry, I might come in and spoil that a little bit and give you a little bit of heads up. Just a little bit. Not too much, but I will say that, you know, when it's a paying effect, I will let you all know.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we go. Kick them tires, light them fires. Let's go racing. We got 5 reds. Drivers are revving, and we're green, and we're off. Everybody gets a clean start here. Turn 1. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Big bold move there. Payman's going to have to go defensively. Smiley's worked his way through there. That was a nice move on Smiley going into turn 1.
All right, everybody looking pretty cautious here coming into the first sector. That's nice to see. Everybody's aware of what's at stake here tonight. 40 minutes is not a long time, but you can't win a 40-minute race in turn 1 and 2. So great job here by, again, this Pro Division. We got a little bit of a record rolling through here in DMJ North America, and every one of these drivers is more than aware of what that record is, and they've held her together here so far tonight. So a GG's to our drivers, and away we go. This is why they're the pros, ladies and gentlemen. But LJ leading the way, whole shot off the line, and he's leading the pack through here on lap 1. Little battle there between Paymay and Jakey. He's just going to back off a little bit here coming into the braking sector, but Smiley sees an opportunity, and he is going to try and tuck inside of Paymay there, but he just can't get it done. Ooh, Paymay's going to get it wrong. This might be an opportunity here again for Smiley if he can get on the inside through the corner. Nope, he's going to play smart. Again, these pro drivers already showing why they're in the Pro Division here. Smart racing decisions very early on here from these drivers.
Oh, an incident happened.
Yeah, we got some juicy happening here. We got cars swinging all over the place here. Let's see what's going on. And everybody's looking all right here so far. Just checking on our drivers. The pack is still there. Woo! And we got Tom off in the background. Can he keep it together? A little bit of contact with the wall there coming out of Aurora, but he looks like he kept it together. That is going to cost him some time. Probably a little bit of rear damage there. And ATK Streeter Tom. No, he gets away without the damage. I can confirm that. That was very, very fortunate there for ATK Streeter Tom. And it's tire strategies, car strategies, everything playing a factor here today. Not going to tell you what these drivers are running right now.
Just looking at CRF there, and you know, I think he was the one coming out of the S's, and he got a little bit of damage. I know you like to name you. Yeah, he's got a little bit of damage, not too much, but he's just dropped back a few positions. I think he was up there right in 7th or 6th. A little bit of contact, and kept on going. He's now in 13th position with Street Tom. Then right at the back, and cleaner damage though. So I'm not saying too much, but yeah, it's all happening at the back and the mid of the pack.
Absolutely, and it always does pile up in that mid pack and the back pack early on in the races, especially. You kind of get that accordion effect as the whole pack starts navigating through the corners and the sectors all bottled up like that. So hopefully strategies will always prevail, ladies and gentlemen, and some of these drivers can start to make their way back through. These are fast drivers, ladies and gentlemen. Don't kid yourself. Both those drivers are more than capable of catching up to this pack. But
Jake's just gone. Jake got oversteer on the power out, and Badass then is just taken 5th as Jake's just he's been eating the wall, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh boy, and our defending champion all falling apart here in round 2. Early enough in the race to come from this, and again, these drivers very fortunate with this heavy damage model on here right now. Not be picking up that big engine damage off those big hits, so I guess we got to accredit that to the safety crews here at the racetrack. Obviously, they've been doing some work here, and those walls doing their job. Those tire walls doing their job. The safety barriers really keeping those drivers safe in these race cars here. So, huge shout out. Absolutely fantastic stuff.
Yeah, we've just had the freak as well. He's just gone off and gone into the sand there on the camber corner. It cost him a few positions as well. So, you know, this is it for Jake. Jake's who got it wrong, and CRF as well, who also got it wrong early doors. They're picking these positions back up, and this is simply because other drivers are making mistakes. So, you know, as battles commence. Oh, and again, Street Tom there got a little bit of oversteer. He clips the grass as goes around that corner, but very interesting race.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, these drivers cannot remove those tires off those cars until the end of lap 4 here, so they still have another couple laps to go before they can finally decide if they need to change those tires. So drivers are holding on here, some of these drivers right now for dear life, waiting for that pit window open potentially. We'll have to wait and see. We're going to see some varying strategies here this week. That much we can definitely say for sure. Of course, with that hard tire required, it really is going to change up how things happen here tonight. Got Knudsen in the middle of the pack here in 6th place. We got Mischievous up in 7th here. Nolander chasing in 8th place. I was talking to Nolander a little bit earlier here today, and Nolander's goal is at that top 7 range here, but top 10 he'll be happy with, he says, tonight. So he's definitely on a mission here early on in the race. G-Bub very close behind, and he's picked up a little bit of damage here as well somewhere early on in the race here in that car as well. So some of the drivers, little mistakes cost here, ladies and gentlemen, with that heavy damage model on Gran Turismo 7.
Yeah, with the heavy damage, I mean, the drivers have got a decision to make. You know, do they take the time to go and fix the damage, especially with the compounded tyres that they're choosing to run at the time. I'm not giving too much away just yet, but you know, could it affect the tyre compound? Could it change the strategy? I mean, you're looking at G-Bub right now, and My guess is because of the damage, he's quite happy to just sit behind, use the slip, and maybe gain the advantage that way, and you know, maybe do a bit of fuel saving, a bit of tyre saving coming into it. Maybe have to change his strategy up, but he's doing really well to stay in the back end of the pulling best sectors right now anyway, so Stevie's and Nolan, they're just pulling him around the track with that damage, and Knudsen just in front. It's all going off.
Absolutely, and drivers still relatively close together here for the most part. We got lots of little packs happening here, and really seeing a lot of patience right now. They had that quick little early scuttle for position, I guess I like to call it, and then now everybody's kind of settled into the race here, and they just try to make that move when you can get the opportunity. Maggiori's a tough track to pass on. It does look wide. There are certain we're going to see him move here from Nolander on Miss Devious, but he's going to be hung out on the outside coming into turn 2, and G-Bub's going to try and follow Miss Devious through here. As Miss Devious is defending turn 2, great defense there from Miss Devious. Nolander's going to just have to settle in behind, and G-Bub still not able to get the job done there either, but try to take advantage of that inside line. Nolander doing a great job at holding him off on the outside, and Miss Devious feeling that pressure. Nolander got a little slippery there.
Bit of contact from G-Bug as he went round there on the back axle of Nolander, and you can see him there just waiting up and giving that position back. Great ethos, absolutely brilliant to see. But yeah, just a little bit of driver error there, and racing incident nonetheless. But both drivers came out unscathed, and the right thing happened after, which is brilliant to see.
And I can verify to the chat right now that we are seeing different tire compounds on the racetrack.
Yeah.
That much I can say. We'll let you guys decide who's on what based off what you see. That's not necessarily the case though. We got Jakey in 13th here. He's got Streeter Tom starting to gain in on him here. Now Tom dug in. Clean a damage here on that race car, and Jakey with some front end aero damage on that race car. We can confirm that for sure right now, ladies and gentlemen. That some of these drivers definitely have some damage on the race car. Now it's going to hurt them a little bit here on these, especially the big straightaways here at Maggiore. That's going to affect their top end speed, maybe a little bit of acceleration. But if they can pick up some slipstream, that'll definitely obviously help them out around the track as well. Right now it's damage control for some of these drivers, and like D-Dot said, of course, strategy hopefully comes into play and helps moving back up through the field.
Oh, another incident on track. That is Tad the Freak there, just G. Oh, and G-Bug just got a little bit of coming together there. This may definitely some bit change strategies. We've got in a lot of drivers picking up a little bit of damage now. So this is anybody's game right now.
Absolutely. I mean, and we got Jake coming into pit lane. G-Bub making a last minute decision. And that last minute decision, chat, is going to cost him a 3-second penalty for pit entry right there. That much I can almost promise, and that's really unfortunate there. But coming into pit lane, we got LJ here, and he is just flying right now. He's got a 3-second gap on second place driver Lucas, and Smiley, who's been just very slowly but surely creeping up to the back end of our second place driver here. So Flying Fox Racing driver Smiley shaking down last week's round winner here right now. Being patient, not really pushing the issue here. You can see him bobbing back and forth a little bit. Smiley always has a little bit of lag to start with, chat. That's normal. He's aware of it. He does allow that extra space, of course, when he's racing. But also secondary, he's a smart race car driver. Not many people know who he is. He's pretty quiet and behind the scenes and low-key for the most part, but this boy can drive. So watch out for Smiley here tonight. He's sitting in third place currently, and looking really strong sitting in behind Lucas. See if he makes a move into Aurora here. He's just taking a dip for clean air in the front end of that car, and he just seems content to sit in behind Lucas and let Lucas's car do all the hard work right now.
Well, on that note, with a livery like that, he needs to be a good driver, because that livery is beautiful, and I might actually go and steal it off him. So, share it, so I absolutely love that.
He very well may, my man, he very well may.
Yeah, so a big compliment to him there. But I also want to say, without too much giving away, that some of these times, ladies and gentlemen, that these top drivers are putting in, all the drivers on some of these compounds, is absolutely ridiculous.
Isn't it?
I'm not saying who's driving what, because I know GT45 just is different. This is this show, but sitting here and looking at some of these times, the consistency in lap time, it is absolutely ridiculous.
Absolutely. We're seeing a pretty settled down race here right now, ladies and gentlemen, for the most part here. We're going to start seeing some pit strategies probably coming into play. I do suspect we're going to see a mixture of 2-stop strategies and maybe some attempted 1-stop strategies here tonight, for the brave drivers, that is. Hey, come on, Larry says, Vic, we appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in, my man. Hope you and yours are well. All right, G-Bub here had a rough start to his race. He's got a pit in now. He's got a fresh race car here going again. He's just got to put his head down here. He's got clean air. 11 seconds to Jakey in front of him here right now. Put his head down, hit his march, put in some really good crisp laps here, and see what he can do when the rest of these drivers pit.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, strategy's going to play key in this because the pit isn't really that long. I mean, I've just seen Nolan come out. He's sitting in 12th right now. And he's 35 seconds down from the race leader, but the pit isn't really that long. I think the one thing that is going to cost these drivers is if they go in the pit numerous times. But if they do manage to save a bit of fuel and try and stay out of it, I think it's a very bold strategy. But you may see a few drivers do that because fuel is where it's going to cost them.
Absolutely, and we do have a positional change up front here. Smiley has made his way around second place driver Lucas, so those two swapping positions, and now Lucas is just going to chill in behind Smiley here and let Smiley do some of the work. So maybe a little bit of strategy from Lucas. We did miss the attempt to move. No, this is not strategy. Lucas is fight on. He took a look up the inside there. Smiley defended it very nicely, and Lucas is going to have to try again here, but we are coming around a sector that is a good passing opportunity. This whole sector here, you can really get a move done if you're bold and you're brave and you can and you know your way around this racetrack. So we may see a move coming into turns 1 and 2 here after we get through Sleepy Hollow, if Lucas can close up on Smiley, that is, in the slip here as we get up our run. So ooh, two different cars here as well. We got an M3 versus an M6 here, I believe. So nope, same cars. We got the M6s there.
No, but just by looking how much Smiley's just literally moved as he got past Lucas, makes me believe that Smiley was quite happy doing just holding off and just letting him guide him around the track, because he's a little bit weird. The time's fluctuating now, but Smiley's put his foot down and you can start seeing that aggression coming out. You can hear them tyres burning and look how wide he's gone then. So I feel like he's been patient. Now he's got in front, now he's got past, he's putting his foot down and you can see big strides coming to place. So
speaking of strategies, we're on our 4th place driver here currently, Payme, right now, ladies and gentlemen. Based off of what I'm seeing, he has himself placed in a pretty good position to fight for some podium here tonight if he can keep it all together throughout our race here tonight, not getting into too much battling. He's on a pretty good strategy here, so it's going to be interesting to see how this works out for some of these drivers. Hey, Supermax, how you doing? Go G-Bub. Hey, Expendables Racing in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Glad to see you guys here. Hope you're doing well. We got Nuts in here in 5th place, and this driver, he's excited. He was excited here tonight. He has been just absolutely tickled pink. He's been giggling like a little girl today all day long here with some of the drivers. He was definitely ready here for tonight, and he's looking for a win here. He did state that he was definitely looking for a race win here tonight. He's a little bit behind right now, but lots of racing left. A little bit wiggle coming out of Aurora there, and we're only 13 minutes in, so we still have 26 and a little bit to go here in this 40-minute race today, ladies and gentlemen. Miss Devious in 6th place, having a great race here so far for herself tonight as well. Being chased by Larry Birch in another Z4 in behind, CRF in another Z4, but he's got damage, but sitting right now currently in 8th place, so we'll have to see where he settles in once he hits pit lane. We know the damage repairs, if he chooses to do that, is going to cost a couple seconds in pit lane for sure. The Streeter Tom's back up into P9 here. A little bit of a rough start for this driver, but he seems to be settling into his race here now, and he's got a small little bit of breathing room, but not a ton, as Tattooed Freak really is starting to close in here. And a livery on Tattooed Freak's car. I meant to mention this last week, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, we've seen a special pink rendition of Apex Tattooed Freak's race car. And I do apologize to Freak, of course. I meant to mention this last week. He had a special design on his race car for some cancer awareness, and of course his mom had a little bit of a scare. Everything is or seems to be okay, but he definitely wanted me to make mention and send some love out to the Tattoo Freak family out there. So we love you, we're thinking of you. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we are supporting MacMillan Cancer Support as always here at DMJ North America. At the bottom of the Facebook stream is a little pink donate button. If you're able and willing, please help us out. Throw a little donation towards MacMillan Cancer Support so they can continue to help families like Freak and his mom out. We really, really appreciate that. So Freak, your family, I do apologize. I missed it last week. Definitely wanted to make sure we got it in this week. Let's go, Tom.
Nice camera shot for him there. Beautiful, beautiful. But no, yeah, I mean, Jake, you see Apex Jake, he's now coming in with a fastest lap with a 154.967. So he ain't messing around, he's putting it down, body popping, gear dropping. He has been into the pit slow, and he has changed his compound, so he's on a faster set. I'm not going to say what he's on, but he's on a faster set. and obviously we've been lighter on fuel. This
There we
made
go.
by the purpose.
We're starting to see a battle here between third and fourth place driver Payme and Lucas here side by side as we're coming through the final sectors of the racetrack here. Lucas so far holding Payme off, but Payme wants that position. He has tried a couple of times here. As we're coming into Sleepy Hollow, our final corner here, it is Lucas out in front, but Payme wants the spot. Are they pitting? No, they're going around again. Let's see if Payme goes for a move here into turns 1 and 2. He is. He's going to go up the inside here. He needs to get it done in turn 1. If he doesn't get it done in turn 1, that leaves Lucas on the optimal line for the second corner. Payme is out ahead. He's going to slot up in front. Great move there by Payme in turn 1 to take that third place podium position. But I assure you, this battle is far from done between these two. Knudsen is right in behind. He's starting to gain on these guys. In his eyes, he's like, come on, guys, a little more, keep battling. I'm almost in this fight here. So he is looking to grab that time up as these guys squabble for that position there in front of him as well.
Yeah, like you were on about earlier, if there's a driver that can catch him up, it is Knudsen. The guy has got pace for days, but while they were watching that battle go on, his eyes opened up, he saw it. But Payme got it done pretty fast, to be fair, so, you know, Lucas is just sitting off him now. But Smiler in second position. While that battle will commence, he's going to be looking in his radio, and he goes a little bit sideways. He gets that overstay there as he goes through that section, which will cost him because it's a nice big rundown section. He can build up a lot of speed there, and Payme is going to be dragging Lucas as well. So you may see another battle coming now. So Smiley's got a decision to make. Is he going to go into the pits? Is he going to risk it for the biscuit? Only time will tell in this race. But oh my gosh, this is all going to unfold towards the end. I'm telling you that now.
Absolutely, absolutely. This isn't far from over this race, ladies and gentlemen. These drivers right now are just playing their strategies. They're in their pace. This is the midpoint of the race now. This is when the race really kind of settles in, and the drivers are thinking about fuel. They're calculating these things in their head. The crews are staring there, working super hard in their computers in the background, trying to figure out what they need to do to get this driver the best chance in pit lane now to grab positions for a race win here potentially. So these teams are very hard at work right now.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair as well, another driver that I have noticed that is doing really well with damage is 6th position CRF. I mean, I'm going to give it away. He's been driving on the slower compound, but he has been carrying that front aero damage and that front left suspension. But even Street Tom, we've seen a few little errors, a few little bit of mistakes, but these two are still driving pace, they're still carrying pace. Even CRF, even with that damage. So, you know, when this driver does go into the pits, obviously we'll be going on to a faster compound. I'm not going to tell you what because we don't know, but potentially could have pace to bring it back in the later stages. So this is what I'm looking at now is who's going to be hitting back, shots fired at stages, and I believe CRF and Street Tom could definitely, they've got enough pace to bring it back.
And they're playing really nice with each other right now here. It seems like they're kind of on a unspoken mutual agreement here at the moment that, you know what, let's not battle, let's not cost any more time, let's try and see if we can make up some time here on these front drivers ahead of us as well. 15 seconds is that gap, so the more battling you do at this point, the more it's going to cost you. But Tom is going to have to make a decision if he feels like he has pace and he needs to get the move done to try not to, of course, lose any more time to those drivers up in front either.
Yeah, and going off that, we've seen Jakey go into the pit earlier, but he's definitely got pace and he's showing it right about now because he's starting to catch these drivers up in front. He's right at the back end of Norlander and he's currently sitting in 10th as it sits right now, but I don't really... you know what, GT, I can't call it.
No, it's too early. There's too many strategies at play here tonight. It really is hard to say what's going to happen. I mean, we got Miss Devious down back into P12 here right now. She was up in 6th place before the pit range. Freaks down in 13th. He just stopped. G-Bub back up, still down in 14th here trying to catch up. He's only 12 seconds behind the pack here now. He had a really rough start to his race here tonight, so he's starting to do a good job at making that time back up. But LJ is just in command. He's in control. And I do know, and I can tell you, chat, this is one of his favorite, and I mean favorite racetracks, so I'm not too surprised to see him doing very well here tonight.
Well, I'm just looking at G-Bub in 14 right now, and I think it just epitomises the what we're looking at in this race now. He's currently in 14th position, but he's holding a purple lap, and this is why it's so hard to call. So it just goes to show that all these drivers are holding pace right now, from the first all the way down to the last. I think he's just been caught up in the clusters, a few mistakes, but hey, he's holding that fastest lap, so if he can keep that, it's extra points on the table right now.
Absolutely. Oh, and three-way battles. We come across the line here with Nolander, Jakey, and CRF here. So it is kicking off here right now, coming into turns 1 and 2 as we were talking there. CRF's going to lose a position to Jakey there as he makes the move on the outside of turn 2. That was a great job there by Jakey, and now Nolander is on the attack. Oh, he takes it a little bit wrong there. Very fortunate that bump didn't unsettle that BMW there, and he is going to have to reset up to try and get that move done on CRF, and that's going to cost him valuable time. Of course, trying to chase down Jakey and Streetertown home in front, but a healthy little battle here between these 4 guys in the mid-pack right now. Mid-pack is always where it's at too, Chad, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like Jake is trying to apply that pressure at Street Tom now. He's definitely got pace. He's picked it back up, especially with pits coming into play now. He knows that he needs to start picking his way back through, and it looks like Jake may have another pit stop. So Jake may be doing a 2-stop.
And again, maybe forced to change strategy a little bit here with his early endeavors with Barrier there early on in the race. And I know Jake very well, ladies and gentlemen. He is going to be kicking himself all week for that. So we'll have to see how he can recuperate from this. This is a recovery drive here currently right now for some of these drivers, but it's too early to tell who's going to win this. It really, really is. Big battle here now between Nolander and CRF. Yeah, absolutely.
Great move, and it looked like CRF were going to make that cutback there, but I think that aero damage has just cost him that position in the fact that he couldn't make that move. But wow, it's a great race.
Well, I mean, with what I see right now, too, ladies and gentlemen, for Nolander to even be able to make that move on that Z4 right now that he's still trying to hold off is actually pretty incredible. So that was a really nice move made there by Nolander, 100%, because. Oh, he's going to try and get into pit lane here, but he might not be able to get it. And I was not wrong thinking he was coming into pit lane there. CRF was on that inside line. Nolander losing a little bit of time, having to let that driver through. And his tires, I'm going to tell you right now, chat, those tires are done. They're done. They're done. That was a great move by Nolander.
But yeah, now I've just seen the top split drivers go into the pit. We've stayed on board with Knudsen, and he's come out in 9th position. He's right behind Barry right now, so it's going to be an interesting race. And Larry, sorry, not Barry.
You'll like that. You'll laugh at that.
Us Brits, I've just woke up, mate. Don't hate, please.
We got Freak in 11th here. Tom's back in 12th. So some of the guys we expect to see up top here, not necessarily up top right now. So strategies coming in huge play. We got G-Bug coming in already as well. So modified strategies, 2-stop strategies, 1-stop strategies. We are seeing a little bit of everything here right now, ladies and gentlemen. And it's Payme leading the way here now as LJ has obviously made a pit stop. So Payme trying to do the best he can to build as much of a lead as he can on this overcut attempt. Let's see what happens here when he finally does make that pit stop. Let's see if it works for him. He was about 8 seconds behind LJ last time I had a good solid look. So we'll have to see what that timing gap is once he does make that pit stop.
That's the impressive thing. I've just been watching LJ and Payme's time. And even though Payme is on worn tyres to get to go in the pit, not losing that much time. In fact, in some parts, he's actually gaining time. So I think he's seen that himself, and maybe Payme's thought, I can get some more laps out of my car. So Payme's showing he's got some real strong pace right now, and LJ's got his work cut out. But these pits are very, very small pits. You know, you don't last long, and like I said, it's the fuel. So 18 seconds is the gap now from LJ to Payme, and it's going to be a tight one. It's going to be a real tight one. By the time Payme comes out of the pits, LJ's tyres are going to be worn and torn, and Payme's going to last a little bit longer.
Yeah, and as you were talking there, I was looking at Miss Devious and Larry Birch here. They're both in the same cars and looking like they're on the same pace. Larry just diving into pit lane there, but it looked like Miss Devious was flashing her headlights at him there, signaling them, hey, let's work together and push these guys up front a little bit. But unfortunately, all for nothing is Larry Birch obviously intending on coming into pit lane there. But you can see strategies are always playing in these drivers' minds. So Miss Devious is thinking, hey, you know, 2 are better than 1 if we can do it right. That should help get us a position. So you can see these drivers, they don't ever stop thinking about how they can improve their position on the racetrack. And sometimes your enemy is your best friend on the racetrack.
Until it comes into final laps, and it's, yeah.
Then it's all for one and one for all, absolutely. Go Payme and Jake. Payme's looking real good right now. Payme's in a very solid position to potentially have a race win, but definitely a podium here tonight. Nolander in 11th, so I've been
He's got a
keeping...
decision. Lost 2 tenths on that lap as pay, mate.
Whoa, Nolander having a big moment there, but man, he just gathers that car up. That was close, ladies and gentlemen. Great job there by Nolander as he's coming into the Cappuccino S's there. He really had a moment there, coming around that hairpin. Woo.
Lucas and Smiley going at it, but like I was saying, Paymate did lose 2 seconds on that lap. Now we've got Lucas and Smiley going side by side, looking absolutely beautiful when he's living his Maedo. A little bit of contact there, and it did. Smiley has made connection with the wall. He has got a little bit of aero damage. I think it's just side by side, a bit of understeer there from Lucas and from Smiley, but Smiley does come off worse and has lost a 1.5 second gap to Lucas for that 5th position. And so Lucas is away with it right now, and he does hold that top 5 position. Badass is in 4th. Jake has worked his way back up into 3, but different strategies are coming into play. Paymate, race leader, finally gone into the pit. He was 16-15 seconds ahead. So let's have a look at the difference now. 13 seconds back. So just shy of 30 seconds at pit.
Alright, so looking like he lost about 5 seconds to our race leader here with that overcut attempt. So he is going to have his work cut out for him, but only 4 seconds in behind Badass here currently. Now that puts Jakey at P2, but he is most certainly going to owe another pit stop here. There's no way that he's going to try and go around the racetrack for another 13 and a half minutes. Yeah, with what we're looking at here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll let you guys see this information here at some point in the race, of course, as well.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that now. I'm not going to give too much away, but you know, we are going to see a few more positions swap out. But I think it's down to if drivers can get close enough now to help each other get around the track. If they can do that, I think they're going to find themselves in a few better positions, and you know, fingers crossed we can have World War III on track right now, ladies and gentlemen, but with 0 casualties.
Yeah, absolutely. And Smiley has looked like he's pit already, so a little bit of contact there. He got some damage, and he just said, you know what, let's just get rid of this and let's just get flying. So let's see what Smiley can do with that here. Now potentially maybe that was a part of his strategy. Maybe he was only thinking of staying on that particular second stint for a short amount of time. We don't know, so we'll have to see how it plays out here for him. But he has a ton of pressure from Nolander behind right now in 10th place, so Nolander's going to throw it out there. But that's going to leave him the outside line going into Aurora, but it's definitely a passing zone nonetheless. You can hold multiple lines through this corner and get good runs here, but ooh, and look at the run Nolander got there. He took a really wide entry and an exit, and Smiley's going to go into a little defensive there and make sure that run doesn't get around him there. So here we go, battle back on. We're going to stick with this for a minute. This is a great battle between these two here right now. Let's see how it plays out. Nolander again, he's setting up for a wide entry into these corners here. He's going to try and get that good late run here on Smiley again. And Nolander's definitely thinking hard behind the wheel of that M6 right now, chasing Smiley here in 9th place. Great battle for 9th and 10th place here right now. They're coming through the final corner. Sleepy Hollow, here they come, ripping these BMWs. Let's see if Nolander goes forward here. Smiley is more than well aware that he's there, and Smiley's going to opt and to just take the racing line here. Because Nolander's not quite close enough to make that move, so he's just going to throw some trust in that driver in behind and tuck back in. And of course, this is the pro lobby, so these drivers doing it all right. But Nolander now under pressure from Badass there as well.
Yeah, so it's absolutely fantastic racing. We've seen, like I said, we've seen a few more pits now as well. So Badass trying to make that move on Nolander there, side to side, door to door. Absolutely love to see it. But no, even Larry's coming out now as well. He's pushing it, or should I say Barry?
Larry Berry. We're going to call him Larry Berry now.
Yeah, he's pushing it as well. He's using all of the track there. He's getting a bit squiggly on the exit as well. But like I say, Bub is carrying the fastest lap right now as well. But some great times coming in, starting to spread out a little bit. But LJ's running away with it. This guy he's made a statement tonight, I think.
Absolutely, and I mean, like I said, this is absolutely one of his favorite racetracks, and if he makes that podium at the end of the day, he'll be able to, I'm sure he won't hesitate to say that himself actually, but he was very, very confident coming into the race today when I was talking with the drivers behind the scenes before race time, and again, not too surprised to see him doing well here tonight. Jakey in second place here, and this guy, I mean, this guy has the heart of a champion. That's it. This is why he's two-time defending champion. I mean, he had an atrocious start to the race, and he currently has himself looking like he may be in a fight potentially for a top half spot here in this field today. So looking like he's going to at least make some kind of a recovery here today. He's in pit lane. He's going to lose that position to Knudsen. As Knudsen comes around, Jakey's definitely going to have his work cut out for him, but we'll have to see what he opts to do when he comes out of pit lane here. You see that crew, they're jumpy, they're waiting to release this driver, but the fuel man, he's got that can in this car, and then he's gone, they're gone, and here we go, Jakey out, it's going to be mid-pack here, P7 as he comes out of Streeter. Tom just goes by, so now Jakey has some work doing. Smiley just on the outside there, so Smiley's knocking on that trunk as well. Oh, this is getting tight, chat. We're going to see some battles before the end of this race, without a question of a doubt. We got Nolander and CRF here, 11th and 12th right now as well. Potentially looking to battle. CRF got a great entry, made up a ton of time on Nolander there, and it is battle on between these two.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at the time gap now between 4th position Knudsen and the back of the pack. Well, I said the rest of the pack, the top 5 pack. He's got a nice little bit of gap now, so he can really get his head down, he can get focused. He's shaving a little bit of time, but he's definitely not using a Gillette because it's not enough time that he's shaving off. But you know, it all happens to Lucas, Paymate, or, well, LJ is quite well aware, but if it all happens to them in front, he's well within that gap difference to be able to start threatening for some positions if we can just, keep it right. So, you know, like this 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th battle, though, is unfolding right in front of us right now, and Knudsen, this is exactly what he wants to see really on track right now. There's a big battle going on behind him, and I think, to be fair, he wants to hope that Miss Devious and Streeter Tom can hold Jake off for as long as he can, because we've seen Jake, he's on it tonight.
And he is, and he just gets the move done on Streeter Tom there, putting himself in between Miss Devious and Tom there. So we're on board with Jake right now, just trying to fight his way through these two drivers. But Miss Devious, she is no slouch in her own right here either, ladies and gentlemen. She is a racer, and you can see there Jake being having a hard time getting around. I think there's a little tap there. I think that's Jake giving the position back there, actually, and this could be an opportunity for Tom. Nope, Tom's going to tuck in, but we got Smiley coming into play here, and another little tap there from Jake into the back of his Devious there as well, and again, he's just going to let up and get that position, so it is starting to kick off here in this mid-pack, ladies and gentlemen, as I expected it would. And then you can see Larry Birch now coming off in the foreground, in the background here too, into this as these guys continue to battle, guys and gals in this case. Jakey doing everything he can to hold Smiley off. A little bit of contact there, that's going to push Jakey out wide, but he manages to keep it on track. Smiley's not going to take the position. These drivers are absolutely giving it everything they got here right now, ladies and gentlemen. We still have 7.5 minutes remaining, so they just need to settle down, take a deep breath here a little bit, and make sure they got a car left at the end of this race.
Yeah, and I'm just staying with Jake now. Jake has managed to get right behind Miss Devious. A little bit of gaps opened up between these, and I've been quite quiet tonight, ladies and gentlemen. This is definitely GT45's game, but I'm dying to get going on this as this race starts commencing, because wow, oh my god, what shows GT45 Gaming brought to you. Wow.
We got some battling happening here. This mid-pack is spicy right now, chat. My goodness. My goodness. Look at this as we come through the Cappuccino S's. Wow. I mean, 5 drivers basically nose to tail here at this point. You can see Larry is like, oh yeah, keep going. I am in this. Let's play. 3 wide almost going down into Aurora. Nope. Tom's like, hold on. This is a bad idea. Let's just try to get a run here. Side by side, Jakey and Smiley. Oh, a little bit of a touch there. Jakey holds on. Is he going to get the position? We got 3 wide coming out of Aurora. A little touch there. And Smiley is in a PMW sandwich as we're going to go 3 wide through the final sectors. Oh my goodness, chat. It is kicking off, and Jakey's going to be on the receiving end of that one. He's still in the fight, though, as he gets bumped off track there. Oh boy. Whew. It's getting spicy here, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of hard racing here from these 5 drivers right now. Miss Devious is just like, whoo, all right, thanks, boys. I'm just going to take my Z4 down Sleepy Hollow here and, yeah, try to get away. But no chance. These guys are coming. She is under fire already. Tom now up in the middle of this. Smiley in 7th place. We got Larry and Jakey battling for position, and Larry's going to edge Jakey out here. And now that's drawing in Badass in 10th place. This is soon going to become a 6-way battle for position. Oh my, the midfield is stealing the show right now. Oh boy.
Yeah, Jakey just came out there. He got that front aero left side damage when he just met barrier, and I think that's where his drop down time. I mean, We saw him at the start of the race. He did have a little bit of a mistake. It did cost him. Oh,
Lucas almost binned it. We saw it at the same time.
Ludson's going to definitely benefit through there. Like I say, if you look at them temps are shaving off. He's definitely using a Gillette razor there, ladies and gentlemen. He's waking bacon and he's shaking that time off. He's catching Luke ass up. If Lucas better hurry his ass up, otherwise Ludson is going to pickpocket him, ladies and gentlemen, and the battle is on them for a third podium finish for Knudsen.
And that was 2.3 seconds gain for Knudsen right there in fourth place as well, ladies and gentlemen, from that slide on our third place driver. So you never, ever give up hope. Racing is racing. Tom up into P5. We want to talk about drivers having a good recovery drive here tonight. Let's talk about ATK Streeter Tom. He's having a good recovery drive here tonight up into P5. Jakey chasing here in P6, but Jakey has a whole train of cars, and I'm not sure what's happening here as Miss Devious has fallen all the way back in behind this group here now.
Yeah, but Smiley's dropped back as well, and CRS well and truly in this fight now.
So lots of positions changing here, and now CRF is like, hey, look at this. Battle time. All right, let's go. As he is chasing that gorgeous livery there, Smiley. I don't disagree. That is a very clean, crisp livery. We got G-Bub up into P12. Nolander here in 13th. He's definitely not going to be happy with that result. He's going to want to start pushing here. And Freak is hot on his heels here in 14th as well. So no matter where we look on the track here right now, beyond our podium, guys, it is battle on. Paymate 8 seconds ahead of Lucas. Lucas has got 7 seconds currently on Knudsen. But as we've seen, Lucas had one simple little slide, and that time dripped very, very quickly. So anything can happen here. And then it's just kicking off here. This mid-pack is 6 drivers deep, and Jakey is on Tom here right now, all over the back end of that blue and white BMW as he's battling for that position. Tom on that defensive line. We got 2x2 in behind them between Birch and Badass as well. And Badass going for the switcheroo here as he's going to try and get up the inside of Larry Birch, but that Z4 got a great exit there using all that curb. We got Smiley, Miss Devious, and CRF now all bunched up in behind them as well. We have 3 battles happening here, all in front of each other. We got a attempted move here from Badass on the inside. Great side-by-side racing by these two as Badass and Larry Birch are coming up the hill here, and that Z4 is just a little bit lighter, so he gets up that hill just a little bit quicker, but the BMW is hot on its heels. This Z4 does not turn that great here around this racetrack. You really got to give it patience and get it to rotate. That BMW Men 6 surprisingly rotates a little bit better under higher speeds, so Larry Birch is definitely getting a workout here right now from Badass. Badass going to look it up the inside here as we head down Palladium straight into Aurora. And here we go. Should be move done, but can Larry Birch hang it on the outside? We've seen it happen before. And he's just going to look for the old switcheroo, try to get the good run. And Badass going to move up into P7 here. So great job there by Badass. And there's just battles everywhere, chat. Everywhere right now we look. Miss Devious now, CRF and Miss Devious here now battling as well for 10th and 11th. Miss Devious just trying to hold down this top 10 here right now, but CRF is absolutely all over the back end of that red, white, and black car here right now, and he's going to go up the inside. Job done. He's going to make it quick, clean, and efficient, and he's defending immediately. He's like, I'm going to try and get a gap here right now, so he is going to pick up that 10th place spot from Miss Devious here. We got 2 minutes remaining, less than 2 minutes remaining, ladies and gentlemen. This thing's almost over. These races, they go by so quick. Isn't it sad, but so fun at the same time, chat?
Yeah, I mean, we've just seen Tad the Freak there. He just got that move done on Nolander, so we've got a battle going all the way right down to 13th and 14th as well. And as you've just said, then the time is looking scarce for these drivers to start making some groovy moves. For me, the driver that we do need to look out for is Lucas. His tyres are absolutely beat. He's on the medium compounds, 2 minutes left, but Knudsen is putting it down right now, matching him on them compounds as well. But Jakey is a force to be reckoned with tonight, and I think Jakey pulling purple sections with that front aero on left suspension is definitely in for the driver of the day. One of them, unfortunate, but he's got pace and he's going to get a top 5 finish if he can continue. Streeter Tom, very impressed with him as well. Badass, great driving. I'm starting to stretch out a little bit, but Larry, he hasn't stopped all race, or Barry. And you know what, I'm really impressed with the ethos as well. That Z4 is not really easy to drive. Smiley for me definitely gets a livery of the day. Absolutely love it, good DDR colours. But no, yeah, and CRF as well is true that he's got pace, finding himself in the top 10 position.
Final lap here for LJ as he comes across that start-finish line, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be followed up by Paymay. Paymay's going to get one more lap here around the racetrack as well. unless anything drastic happens really between these top 3 guys. It should be how we're going to see things finish. Lucas is going to cross that line. That's going to be 3rd place as he crosses the line, and that's putting Knutson really close here to getting across in time, but it looks like he's going to get it here as well. So Knutson is still going to get another attempt to chase that 3rd place driver down as he gets across that line in time. And I think Apex Jakey here is going to just miss that extra lap here today, and he is going to bring it home here in P5 as he comes around. Yes, that is correct. The timer has run out here. So P5 finish for our defending champion, Apex Racing's Jakey here, ladies and gentlemen. We got a battle in behind him coming across the line. It's going to be Streeter Tom coming across in 6th. It's going to be Badass in 7th, and a little laggy as these guys are coming across the line. It's a little weird. We got Smiley here in P8. We've got CRF coming around P9 for him. Great drive from him considering everything he went through. Miss Devious here is looking to bring home a top 10 as well. So top 10 finish for Miss Devious, and oh boy, Apex Racing's Larry Birch in trouble here, chat. Can G-Bub, is he close enough? Oh, it's going to be close. Here we go to the finish line. Larry Birch is out of fuel. Can he get across? He's just going to squeeze it across. His G-Bub just misses a freebie there. Tattooed Freak's going to come around, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a P13 here for Tattooed Freak, and brought that BMW home in a very difficult racetrack here today. We got Noel Leonard coming around. Not the result he was looking for here today, but still some great racing here from him today. We've seen him in lots of battles here on the racetrack today, and I got to tell you, this division is looking really solid this year. And he's going to come around bringing it home here for 14th, and he's happy flashing those headlights. But the man of the hour this week, ladies and gentlemen, it is our race winner for round 2, Apex Racing's LJ. Great race by him. He's going to be followed up by Payme, coming around very close behind here, only 8 seconds. So LJ asserting dominance here at Maggiore. Payme coming in with a P2, and he is going to be absolutely happy to have a good podium result here after last week's round. And our current championship points leader, Lucas, coming in with a very solid P3 finish and solidifying that championship points lead going into round 3. We got Knutson coming around, first race of the season for Knutson, and strong 4th place finish. So definitely a little bit behind on the back foot in the point standings currently, but a great strong finish from Knutson here, and he is going to be the last driver to cross that checkered flag here tonight. And absolutely great job by all our drivers here tonight on the racetrack. That was absolutely incredible stuff here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, phenomenal stuff. I mean, I know I came in and I says, you know, Jakey may potentially be get driver of the day. I've just thinking about it as well. Lucas, Knutson, them 2 drivers who finished in 3rd and 4th early on was caught in the drama, not the drama, but you know, was in the mix of drivers. So for them to pull away as well and get what they did with the time, and I'm really impressed with Lucas, really impressed with Knutson and Jakey as well. Them 3 drivers there, I feel as though if they didn't get caught up in the pack, potentially could have had some more points and been up there with Payme and LJ, and it could have been a bit more of a spicy ending, but wow.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. So let's look over our unofficial race results here, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, this is as it finished live here tonight. So now what's going to happen? The drivers, they got a 24-hour window to file any incident reports if they feel it's necessary. And then from there, of course, the stewarding staff will take up to 48 hours to review those incidents, make a decision, and then the drivers have the right to appeal, which is a 24-hour window. And if everything goes smoothly and squeaky clean, results are posted within 24 to 48 hours of the race. If no incident reports come in, no standings are there immediately for our drivers to see what's going on. So unofficially, it is Apex Racing's LJ for the win. Apex Racing's Payme in 2nd place, and fastest lap point here this week does go to Apex Racing's Payme as well. That is a bonus point. Lucas with a 3rd place finish. Knutson very close behind in 4th. Jakey with a good recovery drive here in 5th place, and much of the same for Tom here in 6th. Badass coming up in a P7 with right there rated behind was Smiley here for P8. Moving down through to the 2nd screen here, ladies and gentlemen. We have CRF with another strong race here tonight, P9. Miss Devious with a top 10 finish here tonight. Larry Birch just shy in P11, running out of fuel, coasting across the line. 2 weeks in a row we've seen a driver coast across the finish line here now. 12th place is G-Bub, Tattooed Freak in 13th, and Nolander rounding out round 2 here for our pro division this week, ladies and gentlemen. So replay saved. Got to save that replay. All right. So GG's to the drivers. flip it over. Podium interview screen, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yes, the new graphics. Let me know what you guys think of the overlays here so far this year. We're going to bring some new stuff in yet. We got more planned for the series, of course, but bit by bit, we're implementing that in. So please, we do like the feedback, of course. So, interview time, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to jump over into a little bit of a different chat. Nope, the boys are just coming to us. These guys are on it. We absolutely love our drivers here at DMJ. They just know what's going down. They just know. GG's y'all, that was a lot of fun. Hey, GG's Nolander, we appreciate you, my guy. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? I'm pretty warm right now. I'm sweating. Like, I've had to take my hat off. I'm ready to strip my sweater off here. I got the window wide open. They really do need to get some AC in these commentary booths, don't they, D?
They don't give us enough credit, did they, mate? You know, they don't give us no strepsils out for the throat, nothing like that, man. It's ridiculous. But hey, at least I get a brilliant winter.
Absolutely. I mean, wow, what an incredible race, ladies and gentlemen. Now on the screen in front of you can see in the bottom right hand corner, that's just a highlight reel from, again, round one of our Pro Division. That was some of the greatest moments from round one, just playing off in the background there for you. And of course we have a beautiful walk around loop of Maggiore from our camera crews. They did this for us here before the races this week. Production value is everything, and our production crew is top notch here at DMJ. So much love to everybody. Again, we'd like to thank everybody at the track, the officials, volunteers, the flag people, everybody that makes things happen. We can't do it without them. So Italy, Lago Maggiore, thank you for letting us rip up your racetrack, but we got one more to go, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night. So congratulations to all the drivers on track. They put on one heck of a show, didn't they, Chad? Didn't they, D?
I mean, for once, mate, I've been quiet. That's because I've just been admiring it.
Oh boy, the drivers are coming into chat. They're popping off right now, ladies and gentlemen. I think they're a little excited tonight, these pro drivers.
I mean, if you've normally watched some of my commentating streams and all that, I'm normally a little bit more excited. Well, I sound excited, but I've been letting you just do your stuff, man. I've just been really enjoying watching the pace of some of these drivers and, you know, taking a few notes myself.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, like, big shout out to all the drivers taking part, but, you know, LJ, Paymate, and Lucas and LJ are up in chat with us now through Discord. Yeah, man, it'd be good to get your guys' take on it. And Paymate got the fastest lap, so LJ and Lucas, unfortunate there. But yeah, good to get your guys' opinion.
Absolutely, and we were just waiting for Payme to jump in. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, we do have third place finisher Lucas 36 here. He is an independent driver here in the series. He doesn't race for a sim racing team. And you know what? We'll let Lucas tell you a little bit about himself here in a minute. But great racing from you here again in round two, Lucas. I mean, last week's round winner, new season, first time in the season here in the series and the championship, and you are looking good, my guy. Very strong P3 finish here to just add to those points in the championship. Talk to us. How does it feel, and how was the race tonight for you?
Thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all doing this for us. But no, it was a good race. Couldn't really get into a rhythm. I felt okay on the softs, but as soon as we started the race on those hards, trying to keep pace with LJ was too much. I was pushing too hard. Smiley caught up to me, and he brought along Paymay, and I couldn't really get into a good rhythm, which it is what it is. That's racing, but consistency and staying out of trouble, I was able to keep the P3, and I will gladly take the points.
Absolutely. Now, you know, you have a lot of fans in the chat here. There's a lot of viewers checking this out here tonight. Why don't we talk a little bit about what you got going on in real life, if you don't mind. Lucas is a real-life race car driver, ladies and gentlemen, so we always love having our real-time racers spending time here with us as well at DMJ. If you want to, why don't you tell the viewers a little bit about what you got coming up here and what you got going on over the next few months?
Well, that was a little over-complimentary. My race car, quote-unquote, is a little Ford Escort ZX2. But no, here locally in Colorado, I compete at events at our local track, Pikes Peak International Raceway. I also work for the track for a lot of events, do coaching, do as many events as I possibly can. And currently, this next weekend, actually, I will be going to South Carolina for the beginning of Grid Life track battle season. And yeah, I'm just excited to get the season going there. Got this season going. Just pumped for motorsports right now.
Absolutely. So, I mean, you coming in with a sim racing win and a sim racing podium to follow it up at third place here in a new series against not so much new drivers. I guess you're fairly familiar with most of these drivers for most parts. So let's talk about that. I mean, that was a heated race. There was multiple strategies going on. We had all three cars on the track. How was that to navigate here tonight?
The strategy for me, at least, was pretty straightforward. I felt most comfortable in the M6, so I stuck with it. One stop strategy to keep it nice and smooth. Just had to stay out of trouble, and that was that. When Smiley caught up to me, I knew he was either on softs or on mediums. When we got to about lap 6 or 7, I knew he was on mediums because softs should be dead at that point. And yeah, and then Peyton was he was a missile flying by me, and then just watching him disappear into the distance ahead. That was something to watch.
Absolutely, and again, PMA didn't have the greatest race in round one, so definitely was looking for a good finish here today, and he had a great drive. But I'm gonna send this off to our amazing co-host D.90 here, and let him ask you some questions himself.
Yeah, he was done about there our fast payment where he got 3 tenths over on the fastest lap. I mean, closest to that time were Knudsen. I knew no one else really thingied. I mean, you did really well to hold back off Knudsen. We've seen you get that little bit of oversteer going through the S's, as I'm going to call it.
Oh yeah.
And I was really looking then. So, I mean, what were your thought process then when you started looking at that, looking at the time, looking at your fuel? I mean,
I felt good on the fuel. I knew I was good on the fuel. The tires, I hadn't done 10 full laps on mediums, so I was a little nervous there towards the end. But yeah, going through the S's, I think it was lap 18, maybe. Yeah, I had like 8 second gap to Knudsen, and then all of a sudden it was down to like 5.5. I had a big old tank slapper through the S's. I thought it was over. I thought I was going into the wall.
yeah, me and GT45, we both caught that moment. And, but since you made that, though, you did maintain that 8 second gap. But no, like, first time doing comms on you, mate. And congratulations on your podium finish. I'm really impressed with it.
Appreciate you, D Dot. Glad to have you here.
No, proud to be here, mate, and great first race for me watching you. Anyway, I do watch the other races, I do watch them back, but it's great to be here and be a part of it. But to be up there with the caliber of drivers that are in this lobby, mate, I take my hat off to you,
I'll have to send you a live stream link for my real racing here next weekend.
mate. Send me it. I'll definitely pull it up and definitely give it a watch. I'll be there.
Not turned on. Hey, now you can hear me. What's up, guys and gals? All right. I mean, great racing. I'm still sweating in here in the comms booth. I mean, that was incredible, you guys. I mean, when you're standing here beside this sexy red-headed firecracker of a commentator, D.90, it's hard not to be a little heated under the collar, too, ladies and gentlemen. But, Lucas and the drivers as a whole coming in here just putting on an incredible show tonight, just made it that much more incredible. So, last any inputs or anything you want to add to your race here tonight, of course, and shout out to Lucas.
Not much. Just want to say thank you to you guys for hosting, dealing with us Neanderthals, us little hooligans, everyone for tuning in, and the drivers themselves.
Hey, cheers. We appreciate you. And again, congratulations. 2 podiums in a row. So, round 3 coming up. Everybody knows the track, ladies and gentlemen. We head to Spa Francorchamps. And oh boy, we're in for one, let me tell you, with this division next weekend. How do you feel about round 3 and Spa?
Spa will be one of my more favorite tracks, but it's also double-sided, with the razor's edge. Like, you can win it really easily, or you're gonna be in for the fight of your life. And unfortunately, I feel that's probably coming for me. So, got to prepare for the worst.
Absolutely, and well said. And again, congratulations. I'm gonna let you get back to the clubhouse. I'm sure you got lots to do, and congratulations on a great night of racing.
Appreciate y'all. Take care.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, great interviews from these guys all the time. We will post a link as soon as Lucas hits his series, ladies and gentlemen. It will be available in the GT45 Discord for everybody to go check out as well. So we will make sure we get that out to you guys. He's a part of the community here. We love having him here, and we definitely want to show him the love in real life like we do support him here, of course, in the sim racing community. So we will get that link up for everybody when he does post it. We do appreciate all our community and everybody that takes part. So let's talk to Apex Racing's Paymay. This boy from Bama can drive, chat. Let's just put it that way. That's what everybody says. It's kind of his little intro here all of a sudden, it seems like, lately. But he is a fast gentleman. He's a cool, calm, collected guy on the racetrack for the most part. And he didn't have the greatest start to the season last week. And I knew that we needed to watch out for this gentleman this week because he had a fire in his belly to get that podium. And it wasn't the top of the podium here tonight. It is a P2, but nonetheless, solid race from you. And how was it out there tonight?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yep, you betcha.
Oh, it was all right. Glad to be on the podium, you know. I just really had a bad taste in my mouth from last week, so I knew what to expect with the M6. The only other good choice here was the M3, but they're both loose in the rear end, so I didn't want a replay of last week. So I opted to actually run some traction control on my hard stint and try to drag it out. I think I ended up dragging it out 2 more laps compared to LJ, but battling with others, and I didn't have the best start. Obviously cost me a time. I picked up a 0.5 penalty as well, somewhere in there. So just to be 8-9 seconds off of pole was I feel pretty good about it. And congrats to LJ. Great clean race.
Absolutely. And I mean, it was pretty uneventful for the most part up in the front half of the race. I mean, you guys definitely had that quick little sorting of the positions early on. You guys had your little quick battles to try and settle out who's going to drive where at the beginning of the race. And after that, you guys really settled into your paces in the top 4 or 5 drivers for the most part. But boy, did you guys miss a battle in that mid-pack tonight, let me tell you. So you guys are going to have a treat when you go back to check things out later. But, I mean, you had good pace. Did you ever think at any point that there was a possibility to catch LJ up in front?
I certainly wasn't doubting it. I knew that, like, if I was doubting it, then I definitely wasn't going to make it. But I was actually going to try to extend those hards a couple more laps and then go on softs. But I clicked mediums instead by accident. But yeah, I just tried to push as hard as I could, took the traction control off, and just pushed it and made sure not to spin out. It was definitely stressful, but I'm pretty happy with the outcome.
So now that you've got a whole look at the full grid now, our full field of Pro Division drivers here this season. We're on track tonight. What do you think of the field, and what do you think is going to happen here in the next 8 rounds to come?
There's definitely no telling what's gonna happen or what's to come, but the field's strong, without a doubt. It's good to see so many tight racers in there and bringing the competition every week. It's gonna be a stressful year, but I'm looking forward to learning these cars a little bit more and getting better with them. Yeah, hopefully I don't spin anymore.
Absolutely, they're tough to handle, but it usually takes 2 or 3 weeks for, of course, for our championship drivers to really settle into the season, and you guys are already looking like in mid-season form here already on the racetrack. So I'm going to let Mr. D-Dot fire away a couple questions here. Mr. D-Dot, you want to take over there?
Yeah, I mean, you were saying like you were pushing it hard and trying not to spin out. I mean, I think that's one thing that people need to understand is that even the fast drivers like Paymay, LJ, they still have that thought process in their head. But I mean, you must be happy they're getting a second position and also getting a fastest lap. Adds to your points as well.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. Podium's always good. It's always good to bring it home for the team. You know, anybody that knows me knows that I hate losing more than anything. But glad to see it go to a teammate, and he raced a daggum good race. So I'm proud of him.
I mean, just going into it as well, you said that, you know, it's stressful. I mean, you know, at DMJ, we try and make these events as stressful as we possibly can for these drivers. So, you know, as an organizer, it's good to sit here and hear, you know, you're coming out with that. But it also goes to show, you know, the kind of work that you guys put into there. I mean, you were on about earlier about your car choice and stuff. I mean, you know, jack of all trades, extra points to get. you're on about the M3 being a bit loose. Have you already got a track in mind where you're possibly going to go for the M3 without maybe giving too much away?
Not yet, but I'm probably just gonna try to be a little more decisive earlier on instead of. I mean, we ran a little practice last night, and I ran the Z4, and it just was awful. So I knew I had to choose between the M6 and the M3, and I went back and forth a little bit before the race, but I just ended up deciding to go with the M6, and just because I've driven it more. Yeah, definitely looking forward to trying the other cars at other tracks, though. It's going to make it for an interesting season.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, whether I'm on comms or whether I'm watching, I'm looking forward to watching what you've got to offer for this championship at DMJ, mate. Congratulations, and may the downforce be with you for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I appreciate it, boss.
Appreciate it, mate. Keep up the good work. Legend.
Thank you, sir.
All right. I mean, just back up on the podium here. So you feeling a little bit good, a little bit of a confident boost now heading to Spa next week.
Oh yeah. Kind of fell back in love with Spa when I ran that hour-long Manu race a couple weeks back. So I'm looking forward to Spa, and just everybody needs to bring their game because I'm gonna bring mine.
Ooh, we love that, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first. Anything you want to add to your race tonight, and any shout-outs, my man?
Yeah, just big shout out to the Apex team, GT45, D-Dot, No Lander, all you guys for commentating. I know that brings an extra bit of love and action to the stream. So thank y'all for doing what you do, and big shout out to team owner Tattooed for working his tail off and pushing out liveries and stuff for us to give us what we want when we want it. So that's a big thank you to him, and yeah, thanks for everybody showing up and good clean racing.
Absolutely, and well said. And I can already hear the Apex Clubhouse from here hooping and hollering. So we'll let you get down pit lane road there and go join the team and have some good celebrations.
Absolutely, appreciate it.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. This guy might be peeing his pants a little bit waiting here. But last but not least, our race winner here in round 2. He came close last week, P3 finish. He's going to bring it home with a P1 finish here. And that may mean we got a tie for championship points leader in round 3, now that I think about it. And the race win does belong, of course, to Apex Racing's LJ Algerius, as you see it on screen. But we all know him, of course, as LJ here in the community and the fans out there as well. He has a little bit of a following, this guy. So coming in, super strong, great race from you. I'm personally not surprised. Obviously, I know this is one of your favorite racetracks. So how'd the race feel today? Talk us through it. How'd it go?
So we'll start off with qualifying. And over the week while practicing, I knew I could get my qualifying time that I did get. It was just consistency. I had to throw down a banker lap, and then after that, I could push more and more just in case if I did risk it, I wasn't all out of the loss of a lap. So getting that 52.2, I knew that was going to happen. But just to get it and make it in stone that I did get it, I was happy starting front row. Everyone wants to start front row, so that makes my race much easier. Just clear track ahead of me. The start was beautiful. It was an early red lights. Usually they hold for a second, so that startled me a bit. But as soon as about like 1 or 2, I got in my groove, just focused. The big thing about half of the battle is just the mental challenge of not folding under the pressure, because these drivers in this league are another level. Like you said, one race is in real life, one race is in manufacture. So to get a podium is one thing, and to win one is another. So I'm just beyond thrilled. I can't wait to celebrate with the Apex team.
Absolutely, yeah, that clubhouse, I mean, we could hear it rocking from here already. Paymay's over there hollering, you can hear them. But, these guys and girls, I mean, we have Miss Devious here in the field here this season as well, so our first woman competitor here in DMJ Room Room as well, having a great top 10 finish here tonight. But, I mean, let's talk about it. We talked a little bit with Lucas about it. 14 drivers on the track here tonight. Our whole division showed up here tonight, and they were on track. You've got a feel for all that competition out there now. You definitely want a championship. You haven't kept that secret here, DMJ, this season. So I guess what are your goals and what are the really important points for you here moving forward through the last 8 rounds to try and secure your first title here at DMJ?
So the past leagues I've been in, I've made mistakes that I need to learn from. It's just the constant mistakes from DMJ season 1 and 2, where I'd skip a race or I wouldn't put in the effort in and expect a good result without practicing. And in FOR, I just have to learn from my mistakes and put it to work. And then, like I said on the last race, it's just consistency. If I can consistently get on the podiums and get the car home, just get the car to the finish line, I think I'll be set. But I just have to put the work in. Like you won't get anything without putting the work in. So that's gonna be a long season ahead. Spa's definitely gonna be a struggle for me. Some of the guys saying they're in 212s, 213s, so I have to put in a lot of work. So it's a big mental challenge. So that's why we have to take mental health seriously, because it's a toll on you. Some people have to take break. I know I have to take break. So with this competitive level, definitely great.
Absolutely. Mr. D. Dot, you want to take over, my man?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pleasure to do comms on one of your races, LJ. You know, we see you in his lobbies, you know, when I do my daily streams. I know time zone's a bit thingy, but see you in there, and we all know you've got pace. You sound very confident about this season, which is definitely good to see. But going into this, you know, the tracks, you know, the cars, have you got a strategy where it comes to your car choices on certain tracks? Has that crossed your mind? Because I mean, I know you've got a 9-second advantage here to Payme, and we all know Payme and Lucas, Knudsen, Jakey, they're all there. But do you think you can create that gap through other races? Are you that confident to be able to get that 9-second 10 gap on a victory? Or
I think
you're going to struggle in certain cars, or?
I think going in over my head might be my downfall. I am kind of big ego kind of guy. I love joking with the buddies. I'm just like, I'll beat you, I'm quicker. But I got to keep my cool with these cars. The M6 is definitely a tricky car. I do know where I'm going to use the V4 and the M3. I'm going to keep that a secret though. It'll be my little strategy. But one of them I'm going to have to use it just to get the car home. I don't think at one of these tracks I can get the M6 home, and that's crucial to get these cars home to the finish line and get points.
Well, yeah, and listen, don't lose that confidence. Own that confidence. I mean, you look at some of the biggest superstars in the world. You know, I'll use soccer for instance. Ronaldo. You know, one of the cockiest guys to ever walk the planet, but also one of the best footballers to walk the planet. So if you've got it, own it, flaunt it, and I look forward to seeing what you've got to offer, especially when these driver changes come in and it affects it with jack of all trades. And yeah, man, I'm really excited to see. So well done tonight, mate, and thanks for your answer. And I can't wait to see strategy.
Do what? Sorry.
But I can't wait to see your strategy pan out. Good luck.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, LJ, I mean, he ran the first season and the second season of choose a choice of weapon here in North America from DMJ. Unfortunately for him, he couldn't just quite get a whole season in both seasons, and he did just fall a little short of that podium in both seasons. So don't count this guy out. He is definitely a competitor here, and he just showed it tonight with a big race win and a really big league field of drivers. So first and foremost, congratulations on a great win. They're not easy to come by here at DMJ. We will most certainly probably see multiple race winners throughout the season in this division. So it's really hard to say who's going to win what race from what week to what week. Strategy plays a big factor here. But tonight, you definitely had this locked in. You just dominated the race from start to finish with the qualifying. You just missed that fastest lap for the trifecta here tonight. But big points moving into round 3. So congratulations. And anything you want to add to your race, of course, and shout outs, my man.
Yeah, I just want to give a big thanks to you two, GT45 and D Dot, and I can't wait to rewatch this stream. I know, and it'll still be smiling ear to ear. Big thanks to the Apex boys. They push me beyond my limits and just make me an overall better driver and a better human being. So I can't thank them enough. And then over at Hypre for making all the liveries and the decals, and I know they do a lot of stuff for the stream and makes it look so good. So big thanks to Hypre. And Tattooed for the livery. I know I'm kind of picky about my livery, so he puts up a lot with me. So big thanks to Tattooed and all the Apex boys.
Absolutely, and you know, we love to have you here. We love to see that Apex competitors guys coming out. We season in and season out to support us here, so we do appreciate it. And again, congratulations on a big win. But you better go get to that party before all the good stuff disappears, my guy. So we're gonna let you go get into that clubhouse and go celebrate with your teammates. Congratulations, and we'll see you next week at Spa.
Thank you very much.
We're back tomorrow as well with the Pro-Am. So, you know, jump in chat, let us know you're there.
Well, we'll sure do.
GG's, bro. And while we're here as well talking about liveries, Smiley, add me up and share that livery. I want it.
Did you hear that, Smiley? Flying Fox Racing. D-Dot wants Smiley's DMJ livery. I'll make that. I'll make sure that happens for you, my guy. I'll hit the guy up that made it.
Ooh.
Absolutely. All right, so I mean, let's talk about this race for a minute, D. I mean, we don't get an opportunity to work together very often. Obviously, big time zone difference here between myself and D-Dot. 8 hours difference, ladies and gentlemen. So first and foremost, let's get some hashtag D-Dots up in the chat. Being a legend, getting up at 1:30 in the morning to be here with us tonight to kick this thing off here in round 2 today. So first and foremost, thanks, dude. I super appreciate it. I always love having you here with me. Let's talk about the race. I mean, let's talk about the race recap from your point of view.
Yeah, I mean, you were bang on the money there, to be fair, with everything you mentioned in the commentating as the race progressed. You know, you kept on with the battles. I was flicking through, keeping an eye on other drivers. But, I mean, just looking at the lobby before this race, I mean, let's say I didn't see the other races or the qualifying stints, which I did, but let's say I didn't. Just looking at this lobby, you know the standard, and it's very hard to predict. But with the quality of drivers as well, my gosh, did they give us a race? And Spa next week, I think that's potentially going to be one of the races of the season. I think it's a track everybody knows. It's a track that, you know, I think they've already got pace on. And these drivers have anyway. I've got no chance of keeping up with these. So it's really interesting to see what goes on. Will drivers change strategy? Will drivers change car, mix it up? You know, because I know, like, sometimes drivers, when they get a strategy, they like to stick with that strategy as far as laps, tyres, fuel, especially if they do finish in a good position. So it's good to see what happens, see if there's any more drama as well, damage-wise. But no, I'm really impressed, and I can't wait for the Pro-Am lobby tomorrow, mate. And it's always a blessing working with you. So it's definitely worth getting up at 1:30 a.m. And commentating, like I say, it's something I am very passionate about. At the minute I'm doing 3-4 championships, so to be involved in this as well, and if I do tomorrow, that'll be 5 com gigs I've done this week, so I love it, and it makes it even better with the drivers and the community that we have in both chats, both communities, North America and here in the Great Britain, UK time zones. Nothing but good things, man. I sound like I'm kissing everybody's ass, but you know what? I'll kiss everybody's cheek twice over because it's absolutely amazing.
Absolutely. And I don't know, Pro-Ams, what do you guys think? I know you all are up in chat here checking things out in this race tonight. What do you think? You think you guys are going to put on a better show than these pros put on this week? I would think you did last week. You got what it takes to put on hotter, more intense action than our pro drivers? I think this Pro-Am lobby has what it takes, chat. You definitely don't want to miss out tomorrow night. 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time is when that quali flag drops here at DMJ North America and GT45 Gaming, ladies and gentlemen. So, I mean, what can I say from this race? We've seen a lot of heartbreaks. We've seen a lot of ups. We've seen a lot of downs from a lot of drivers. We've seen lots of great battles. We've seen a lot of door rubbing here tonight. And you know, Rubbins is racing. We don't have a lot of issue with a little bit of paint swap and a little bit of tire scraping here and there either, ladies and gentlemen. It just shows that these drivers are racing really, really hard, and they're battling for a championship. So great moves. We've seen some great spins. We've seen some oopsies, but we also seen some really great moments here at round 2 here in where are we? Maggiore?
On that, I want to give a shout out to you, because I know, being a commentator and also being a steward, when it's live and something happens, it's very hard not to look at a situation as a steward at that moment in time. It's very hard to keep your composure as a commentator. So a big shout out to you when stuff does happen, for keeping your composure when situations arise, and then big kudos to you for dealing with the situations as a steward and doing it in a professional manner as well in these championships. So I think that aspect does get forgotten about, and I think sometimes as well, when you're a commentator and drivers watch it back and they see an incident, and you know, you continue being a commentator. Sometimes they can take offence to that, like you're not taking it serious enough. But I think when the results come out of that and they see what's actually gone on in the steward room, you know, they realise that, you know, we have to stay true to the content that's in front of us. So big shout out to you for that as well, GT45 Gaming, because a lot of people don't even think about that.
And I mean, I can't do it without my team. So with that being said, you know, huge love to the administration staff behind the scenes of GT45 Gaming, our stewarding officials. Our stewarding officials here at DMJ North America are racers and members of our community, of course, but they're not racers competing in the series. So we try really hard to keep our stewarding staff as unbiased as possible, and by having our stewarding staff not competing in the series and also not a part of racing teams that are competing in the series, that is the best way that we feel like we can keep it unbiased and natural. And the stewarding staff had a hard job last week. They had a couple of tough reports come in, and they did a great job at assessing that. So much love to the stewarding staff, and you know, even bigger love to the drivers for just going through the process, trusting that process, and respecting the process, because when both things go smoothly, it really does create for some great championship racing. So I can't do it without the team behind the scenes, and all the love goes to the team behind the scenes, 100 piece. So great racing here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And we got Cody B coming in with the 50 stars saying, congrats to all drivers and commentators. We appreciate you, my guy. Cody B Gaming on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. Absolute legend this guy is. Huge Forza streamer. He's dabbling in that iRacing and Grid Legends as well. You got to check him out. Go over to Facebook Gaming. Say hi to Cody B. He came in with a big-time raid here just a few minutes ago as well. So welcome to the OG community. We appreciate you. Unfortunately, you just caught us at the end of our broadcast here, but this thing will be back up on of course, Facebook and YouTube as a recorded video for you all to view at your own pleasure when it's convenient for you. I hope we've all enjoyed it tonight. Mr. D Dot, as always, it's an absolute beautiful pleasure.
No, mate, I appreciate you, and fingers crossed I can wake up tomorrow and be there if you want me there tomorrow as well.
Absolutely. We got a big, fat, juicy spot open in the commentator booth for you right there. We'll try and get some air conditioning up in here this time, because I really do feel like the Pro-Ams are bringing the heat tomorrow.
You know what? The Pro-Ams have actually got a bit of an advantage, because they've seen the times that these drivers are setting, they've seen the strategies, the tyre compound swap, the damage, the chaos. They've had a good insight of what they've got tomorrow, and I have no doubt in my mind they're going to bring their A game, and I'm really looking forward to it, whether I do comms or whether I watch it back. But I should be here tomorrow. We'll see. But thank you all, GT45 community, for having me. All absolute legends, all against, either way it's spelled the same. But I'm D Dot. Good night. God bless. And I'll catch you all on the next one.
Cheers, brother. And make sure you get that. Make sure you get that hotel staff to bring you up a good meal. There, you've earned it, my man.
Bowl of fruit will do me.
Cheers, brother. Cheers.
See you later, guys. Good night. God bless.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Huge love to our co-host D.90. Make sure to go over there on Facebook Gaming. Just hit DEE capital DOT 90. And it'll bring him right up there. You'll see that sexy legend right there on his picture, on his logo there. You'll know you're in the right place. Great vibes over there in the D.90 community. Some of their drivers taking part here in the North American Series as well. So you definitely want to tune in tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. This was some great racing here by the pro guys. I figured they were going to step it up into round 2. They were all feeling each other out. They're feeling these cars out. Season 3 starts starts next week on Tuesdays as well at Spa, and we know that Spa is going to provide for an absolutely great set of races. So tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, our Pro-Ams hit Lago Maggiore, and they're going to tear this racetrack up for one final time here from DMJ North America Round 2, and we hope everybody really enjoyed the racing here tonight. Thank you everybody for the likes, the shares, the comments, the stars, the subs, the follows. You guys are legendary. It is so hard not to have a big smile on my face when I leave the comms box every single time that we go live here, no matter who it is that we're broadcasting for, because you, the viewers, the men and women, the boys and girls out there that tune in every single time that we hit that button, it's all for you. You're what makes it worth it. You're what makes it fun, and you're the fire in my belly. I appreciate absolutely everybody for being here tonight, and I really hope you all enjoy the beats on the way out tonight. Appreciate y'all over there on YouTube and Facebook. We see you. We see all you beautiful people out there, and we appreciate your support. Well, we're going to be back tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Pro-Am division, baby. It's coming live to your screens near you, whether it be at home or at work. You can always see what's happening here at DMJ North America. Much love to LWR Designs, DDR, and of course High Pre Racing for our graphics. We appreciate y'all. and we'll see y'all very soon.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing.